Good morning. It's now just about 9 o'clock on Sunday the 7th of September. I'm Andy and this is my allotment. Now it's been about 4 weeks since my last video, which I do apologise, but due to a combination of bad weather, holidays and injury, which I'll tell you about later, I've not been able to do very much down here for the past 4 weeks, not been down enough to film. I did say at the end of my last video I was going to do a run around the plot. Now that didn't actually happen because after I'd done my own plot I went over to have a look at our bees, which I'm sure some of you know we've just started keeping, and unfortunately for me it was a bit of a windy day, so all the bees were in the hive, and we've since found out that they've actually been robbed a little bit as well, which means that other bees have been coming in and stealing their honey, so they were very, very defensive, and I ended up getting stung several times on both hands and ended up in A&E with severely swollen wrist and hand, which needed steroids and about a week or so of treatment to come down. So as I say, apologies for not updating since then, but I'm here now, so we'll get on. The weather has been pretty mixed. We've had some lots of rain, some sunshine, some nice days, some bad days, but the net result is that everything's growing massively, as you can see by the brassicas here, and unfortunately by the weeds here as well. This was all clear. Now look at the state of this. I was going to try and trim it yesterday. I came down early in the morning, but unfortunately the rain came down and I wasn't able to get anything done. I managed to get a bit of path cut and the grass in front of the apiary was cut, but the rain came down so much there was no point in carrying on. So I've got lots and lots of grass here. All this bit here up to where the iris is mine, unfortunately, and the grass is knee deep at least, and this is what happens in 3-4 weeks if you don't cut it. But anyway, enough of that. Now this is the bed that's normally covered by the frame, which I've moved to the back bed, with the Brussels sprouts in at the front, the cabbages and collies at the back. And as you can see, we're doing really fantastic with the sprouts. If you look in there, lots and lots of sprouts coming on that. So these are probably going to be ready fairly soon. They were supposed to be for Christmas, but not going to happen, is it? 2 other sprout plants in there, one on that side, one at the front here, which are doing well. Cabbages in the middle here. Been a bit munched by slugs, which is another reason I've taken this off, so I can actually get in there and do some remedial work. And these collies at the back are doing well. See if I can get inside one of these. I don't know if I can. No, it's too well wrapped, that. There's one on the other side I'll take you to and show you that the collies are coming on nicely. This one there, as you can see in that, very nice cauliflower coming on. Got about a dozen cauliflowers here, which should be nice. Nothing underneath there, I just simply use it as a place to put the frame when I'm not using it. And at the back here, courgettes are going mad. I've only grown one plant this year, which I'm very grateful for because I've got that many courgettes in the fridge at the moment. We're running out of things to do with them. Fruit bed at the back, lots and lots of raspberries. They're starting to come now, some of the autumn stuff, and I've also discovered that in the middle at the back there, there's actually a blackberry, which I didn't know about. So I think what's going to happen is this lot here are going to be trimmed back this year. I'm going to dig them out of there because they're difficult to get to from where they are. I can't get on both sides because I've got strawberries on the other side. So what I might do is I might take these out of here, replace them with fruit bushes, and I'll show you later on where I'm going to put the raspberries. Right, the grapevine. Because of my poor watering, I think, nothing came of these. They were dried out too many times, and the grapes I had on here just simply dried up on the vine. So, not too concerned this year. Next year I've got a plan for this, to put it into the ground and train it along in front of the shed and the polytunnel, but nothing as yet. Right, leeks. Only 10 leeks this year. Coming on nice and strong, needs a bit of weeding perhaps. Strawberries. Now these are the ones I cut right back, and as you can see they're really doing well again. Lots of runners coming off. Now the runners from these I'm going to take, I'm going to underplant to the grapevine. I want to get the grapevine in a bed, because the idea is the grapevine is going to go up and then left and right along a trellis type frame. Loads of space underneath it, which I'm going to put the strawberries into, because these are the ones that came early in the season and gave really lovely big strawberries, so go for those. Rhubarb coming back nicely. from the flop we had in the middle of the year. Now, as you can see down there, I've got raspberry canes coming through all the way through from there, right the way through. So again, not exactly what I'm looking for, and they're just difficult to get to. I can only get on one side of the raspberry bushes. So I'm going to move them from there. I'm going to put them in here. Now this little trench here, or little bed rather, it's 12 foot long and it's just over 2 foot wide. So I'm going to put a single row of raspberries all the way along there, with canes and supports at either end, so then I can actually train them properly. I'm going to put another bed similar to that along here, which is going to have the grapes in, and also underneath the grapes I'm going to have the strawberries, as I said before. Then I have another bed alongside there, which is going to have some fruit bushes in. So the idea being I'm going to have a 3-layer row of bushes of fruits. Right, have a quick look inside the polytunnel. Now the polytunnel this year has been very disappointing for me. Not only has it flooded, but all the plants I've got in here have grown fantastically well, but I've had not a single tomato from the 4 tomato plants in here. For the cucumber, again, I've had nothing from the cucumbers, and from the cucumber, oops, I've got one. Nice big one, but I've got one. So, very disappointing in here this year. Not sure why. Now, I've got some little Scottish bonnets, and I do mean little. And I've got some others coming on there which are slightly bigger. Some basil and some more herbs. I'm going to transplant these herbs into larger boxes, larger tubs rather. Or what I might do is when the grow bags are finished, I might actually put some boards up on here and put them on top and then grow these herbs straight in the grow bags. I try and keep them over winter as long as possible, try and get some fresh supply of herbs going. But we'll see how we do with that. Let's go back out again. Okay, gooseberries and blackcurrants doing absolutely fantastically down here. So these are the ones I'm going to be transplanting into the other bed. Broad beans coming to the end now. I've taken some off, but most of the slugs have had those rather than me. Square foot gardening bed. Lettuce gone to seed over there, that needs to come out. Tomatoes, I think I planted them far too close. I got 4 tomatoes in a square, and most of them have had blight. I spent a lot of time yesterday clearing them off. Roma tomatoes, I not had a single one. They're all gone brown. So, not hopeful for the rest of them, but I've left them on just in case. This side, comfrey, doing absolutely brilliantly, as you can see. Purple sprouting at the front here, and purple sprouting in the next row there. Now you can see the difference in size, because I used to have a frame over the top of these, one of the blue frames. The ones on the outside were pecked a little bit, although they have survived and sprouted well, and these are doing great. At the back here we've got some January Kings, January King cabbages, which are starting to heart up already. So we shall see how we do with those. Now, carrots, doing well, very well in fact. Had quite a few out of these and they've been very nice. Rocket has finally gone, had enough of it. It's just going to seed as soon as you looked at it. It was a waste of time. Behind that is a double row of celery, also doing very well. Behind that we have a squash plant, which is in there. There's only a couple of small ones on it at the moment. I'm hoping for more, but we shall see. And my purple French beans. Now I was looking at these thinking they weren't producing any, but I just wasn't seeing them. Yeah, things like this. Now it seems that these don't actually go round the way that Cobra beans do and Blue Lake. I had Blue Lake last year and they were fantastic, so I grew these hoping that they would be similar, but it seems they stay like this, fairly flat. Because I've had some others which with the beans inside have developed quite well, but they're still flat. So I was waiting for them to go round and they ain't going to happen. Okay, what else can I show you? Sweet corn, about 8 foot tall now, and there are tassels coming on, as you can see here. Now some of these tassels are pinky, like this one, and others, like this one here, are white or yellow. Now they're all from the same variety, so I don't know what's going on with those. Parsnips, doing very well. And these are the giant parsnips. Now there's only 3 or possibly 4 of those in there. I planted 12, only 3 or 4 came up. Not expecting great things from them, to be honest, because at the end of the day there's not enough in there to make a great deal of difference. But if we get parsnips, they'll get eaten. Right, potatoes that are left. As you can see, this bed, I've covered it over these hoops just simply for someone to put the hoops, not because it's needed. There's potatoes left in at this side, which are Sapo Mira and some pink fir apple. Once I've started digging out here, I've dug out maybe a third of what's in there, maybe half, and they were Cara, and they were very good. These two beds are now empty. That was potatoes, what were they? I can't remember what they were now. But anyway, they were first earlies, they were quite nice. This bed here, the wind has battered this frame and knocked it over, so there's not a lot I can do with that, unfortunately. I'm just leaving it. I should take it out and make it a nice clean bed, but I haven't got around to it yet. And then, as you can see, lots and lots more grass on there. Not brilliant, not what I want to see, but I've tried 3 times to put rid of the strimmer, and every time the weather's been against us, so we'll carry on. Right, now instead of going looking at the bees like I did last time, because I'm not doing that today, it's too cool at the moment, I'm going to go and give you a quick tour around the rest of the allotment. Start off with this bed, this site here. Not a lot going on, but clear of most of the weeds. In fact, virtually all of the weeds have gone. Much better than mine, apart from this little bit here at the front, which is nothing compared to mine. Some nice frilly lettuce here, a few onions I can see, fruit bushes, strawberries and whatever at the back, and that's basically it for this one. Not a lot happening. This one at the moment needs a lot of attention. The weeds are worse than mine, which says something. And well, less said about this one the better, to be honest. Moving on to this one of our shore plots. This, as you can see in the greenhouse, got some fantastically big onions. Cabbages, fantastically great, big ones, looking really nice. Sweet corn's looking a bit strange. Actually, I can't see any cobs on that one, to be honest. Unless it's already taken it, but I can't see why I'd leave them on. Maybe it's already taken it. Bit strange. Beans, absolutely fantastic run of beans there. Brilliant, loads of them. Some fennel behind, which looks like it's gone to seed. Fruit, all sorts on there. Okay, let's have a look at this one, this plot here. There is bushes, strawberries, and a very big, loads of slugs enjoying the kale. Oh dear. Then this bottom end, beans, sage. Not a lot happening at the moment because well, we are in September. Okay, moving on. This is Diane's plot. Now there's lots going on here. Lots of fruit bushes, lots of squashes there by the looks of it. I can see some great big yellow ones inside there. More fruit bushes. Nasturtium's going wild. Lots of lovely orange flowers here. Beans at the top. And her new greenhouse. That's only gone up recently. This is, we're very lucky enough to be given a greenhouse. Only a couple of panes missing, so she's doing well. Okay, moving on up the top here. This is John and Angie's plot. They're doing a lot better than me with tomatoes. Look at all these. Fantastic. I remember last year, I don't think I actually harvested very many of them. I think they were mostly left on because they got blight. So, looks like he's got a few on here if he wants to come and take them off. Some courgettes in there. Nice yellow courgette in that corner. What looks like fennel gone to seed there. Lots more courgettes here, yellow ones. And very big cabbage, but the slugs have had it, unfortunately. Under there looks like strawberries. I think that's it, and there just strawberries. Sweet corn at this end. Lots of, well, I think it's fat hen, that isn't it? And then at this end, more courgettes. By the looks of it, I don't think it's pumpkins, I think it's courgettes. So, quite a bit going on. Now this is our chicken man's plot. Lots of chickens in here. And Actually looks a lot better than it did last time I saw it, because last time it was quite weedy. No new evidence of any planting this season, but then again we're at the end of the season now, so let's hope he does a bit more planting next year, because everything that's left in here is being fed to the chickens. I don't think he's taking anything home apart from maybe the fruit. Might be wrong, not sure. Okay, this is Ian's plot. He's got some Brussels here, which are looking quite nice. Smaller than mine, but still nice. A big strawberry bed there. That should be nice for New Year. It looks like he's got some new lettuce in there. Tomatoes. No sign of blight on his. I don't know how he does it, but better than mine. More tomatoes there, coming on nicely. Some leeks. Brassicas. Little baby sweet corn. Now they've got tassels on already, so they must be a mini variety. I don't think they're a big variety. Now raspberries. Now look at these raspberries. Oh, they're taberries. They're big. Aren't they nice? Lovely. Anyway, I'll keep on going. Some more Cavallonero. And he's still got his onions in because they're not flopping over yet. Doing well. And then this is Jimmy's plot. Looks like slugs are getting at his Cavallonero at this end by the looks of it, and his cabbages. They're all being munched well and truly. He does have a beer trap in there, but it's might need topping up perhaps because it's not working too well at the moment. But some Brussels at this end with pink flowers. Those are the flower sprouts I've heard so much about. He's also got some nasturtiums at the bottom, sweet corn and sweet peas doing fantastically well. Loads of colour on those. And not sure what these are down here, whether they're deliberate or whether they're weeds. It doesn't look like the weeds. There's nothing I haven't recognised before, but I'm not an expert. Looks like a couple of bunches of celery there, some purple sprouting maybe, and some fruit over there. Right, across the car park. I'll start on the other side of the allotment. See how we do with this. Right, first plot here is Sue and Stuart's. Got some leeks in, and a couple of decent pumpkins there, nice ones. Loads of nice cabbages behind, which look okay. Let's just get around this corner, have a closer look. Yeah, quite nice cabbages there. Don't look too slugged either, so doing well. Currants, rhubarb, raspberries, and big flower bed behind it by the looks of it. Okay, this is Simon's. Relatively new plot holder this year. Doing very well. Loads of nice beetroots in there. Some strawberries, some brassicas of some sort, leeks, sweet corn. His sweet corn's as tall as mine, but he has got a 2-foot start on mine. Lots of tassels. There's lots of big cobs on there. Those look like they're pretty much ready for coming off. They've gone brown, the tassels. Strawberries, beans at the back, rocket gone to seed, carrots, more beetroot by the looks of it, and this pumpkin vining quite successfully now across here. Lots of little squashes in there, 4 or 5 in there perhaps, and part-built greenhouse. He's not really got very far with that this year, but so what, we'll see. Okay, this is Pete's plot. That looks like asparagus, lots of it, lots of ferns, looking nice. Strawberries in amongst the grass there. He's got some beans, sweet corn, bit of everything on here as you'd expect, and it's a nice neat plot. A couple of things going to flower now, a couple of brassicas which are flowering up. Okay, down this bottom corner. Now this plot from here downwards is Steve's, I think, then for a second. Greenhouse full of stuff, loads of tomatoes peeking through the vents, a few cold frames, loads and loads of flowers on the run of beans, absolutely loads of them. It's So that's going to be really good when it gets going. Sweet corn, parsnips, carrots. Again, more sweet corn over there. Now this plot I'm about to show you now is our newest plot holder, called Carl, and he's only been with us a few weeks. He took on a very, very weedy, messy, overgrown plot, if you remember from last videos. He inherited the squashes, the pumpkins, which are doing well, and the tomatoes and the peppers, and the sunflower and the cabbages. He trimmed all of this lot, took it all back, covered it all over, which is about the best thing he could have done, I think, to be honest. Underneath there, that will now rock down. We'll end up with some nice, good soil for him to plant into next season. It's a good look to him. He's worked hard on this already. Came down in the rain and all sorts of things like that to do it. And there's the apiary, which I won't go near. Okay. Moving down now to David Jones's plot. He's another one who's got a full plot like myself. There's only 3 or 4 of us on here. Got some nice blackberries coming there, and raspberries underneath the netting. He lost a lot of his raspberries this year, which he thought someone had pinched, but we've seen the blackbirds going in and out, so we think it was blackbirds. He's got some celery there, what looks like the last of his potatoes, sweet corn, some nice flowers as well back there. I'm not sure the gladies or walks, I'm not a flower person. Some nice Brussels sprouts doing well. Now he doesn't cover his, I cover mine and he hasn't covered his, and this is fine, so that's one of the reasons I've taken the coverings off mine, because I don't think that it's needed. But it's looking nice, some nice purple cabbage there as well. On to Ken's half plot. Again, he's got some nice tomatoes there, no sign of blight. I think it's just I planted mine far too close together. Everybody else has had no problems, only me. Mine are just crammed too tight. So, lesson learnt. Blackcurrant bush. I think this is his cherry tree. I think it's cherries anyway. Some nice brassicas growing in there, and a single Brussels sprout which has been rather ravaged, perhaps because it's on its own. He's also got sweet corn and onions in at the front there, and he's got a little greenhouse with loads and loads of tomatoes coming. He's doing well. Well, this is the greenhouse I was telling you before. This is Len's greenhouse. As you can see, you've got lots of huge tomatoes in there, and from this side you can see it a lot better. Some giant onions which he's harvested already. Fantastic. Okay, last plot. This is Terry's. Now Terry had a problem with not being able to get on the plot for quite some time, but he's come down and he's certainly making up for it now. He's got rhubarb, loads of nice big carrots in there, still got broad beans, good big strong plants. New shed, it's looking nice, and his blueberry bushes, which I'm very jealous of, because they're in pots, but look how many blueberries he's got on those, they're really looking nice. He's got another potted tree there. This area is going to become his fruit area. He's going to put this big frame up, and it's going to look good. Again, lots of onions in the ground, he's not pulled out yet. His collies have been a bit ravaged. They're starting to go to seed, unfortunately, but they'll still be okay if you can get them out fairly soon and you get to eat them. And his pumpkin and his squash is doing okay as well. Anyway, that's the entire plot sorted. As I'm back at my wonderful mess at this end. All the grass I've got to cut. It's rather wet at the moment, so there's no way it's going to get cut this morning. I might be able to cut it tonight, but I've got my grandson this afternoon, so probably between 5 and 6 before I can get back down here. We shall wait and see how we do. So it's possible it might happen, but wouldn't hold your breath, to be honest. But that's where we stand at the moment. Everything's starting to come to an end now. The winter crops are going to start taking over. The summer crops are finishing off. The sweet corns will be coming out soon. All the cabbages, etc. will be all you'll see for the next few months. I hope you've enjoyed this run around the plot. I hope I've not been too boring for you. I do apologise, as I say, for not having put a video up for the last 4 weeks, but it's one of those things. Probably not going to do weekly videos from now on, because as you said, there's not a lot going on at the moment. Everything is slowing down, so might go down to fortnightly or even monthly again. I've already started going monthly, I may as well stay with it, and speak to you again next time. Thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.